calm. I don't have the luxury of sleeping in the whole day. So hello, what's up beautiful people? I do hope that you're doing well. I do hope that you're keeping safe, especially during this pandemic period. We are being advised to stay indoors as much as possible, and that is exactly what we're doing. We're only going out when it is very, very necessary, and I hope it's the same with you. I know that there are people who cannot stay indoors because we have to go out, we have to go to work. Some people who are working still have to go to work. For us, I work in a school, and schools were closed since 8th of May. We've been at home, it's almost 1 month now. And yeah, I have learned things that I don't know if I would have learned if we didn't have this kind of quarantine moments. You know, this is not a time that you're not going to work. It is actually a time that you're not even going outside, like to the malls for shopping and things like that. You only go when it is very necessary. Like for us, when we go for shopping, we only go once a week, and mostly when we go, my husband has to be the one to go, and then I will stay inside with the kids. And unless I want something very specific that I'm sure he will not find if he looks by himself, so that is the only times that I'm going. But most of the time we are indoors. A few things that I have learned that I would like to share with you is that during this moment, I have learned to be present at the moment. I have learned to be present, you know, during the busyness of life, when we're working and going out and going to school, and we have schedules and we have meetings and we have all these things. I just now realized how busy we were, how it's just like a cycle. It's just like running. You're just running and running, and it's not stopping. We're always like, we start on Sunday, we can't wait for the weekend. We start on Sunday again, we can't wait for the weekend again. And these are the moments that you lose count of days. You don't even know what day it is. Most of the days you're just like, what date is it even, you know? And during this calmness of time and learning to be present in things, learning to see things that you could not have seen even in the busyness of life. And in these moments that I'm learning to be present and just learning to calm down and take things easily, I have gotten time to look at old pictures, like pictures that really warm my heart that I have not seen for such a long time. Pictures of myself, pictures of my kids when they were so young, and just going through one by one, slowly zooming in, like with all the time in the world. Like guys, we even got time to watch our wedding video. It's been like 5 years we did not watch it. We got married 7 years ago, and I remember the last time we watched it was like 5 years ago. So just getting to see these photos, see these videos, see the videos of when my babies were small, it is just made me be so grateful for a lot of things. Being present also, my daughter Michelle, those of you who know that she likes singing. Today she just asked us in the morning, "Mommy, Daddy, can I hold a concert?" We were like, "What? You want to hold a concert?" So what we did, I did not record it actually, but what we did is that we dressed up, we sat on the living room, and they performed. We just took the table and put it on the center of the house, and they were just standing there and they just sang, you know. We just held a concert, guys. This is something that maybe on normal times we would not have gotten the time to do that. And just being present and just being able to do these kinds of things, being able to tell them stories, stories from books, being able to read to them more oftenly than I would on regular days. This is something that I really don't take for granted, and I really appreciate that this is something that I'm able to do even during this quarantine moments. Sometimes during this moment, I have been taking time to intentionally spend time with God, like across the day, you know. Sometimes it's in the afternoon where I'll just sit and just put some worship songs and just soak myself in worship to the Lord. And sometimes in the morning, like I will have a devotion, I will just read the Bible, study the Bible, have time to Google meanings of things that I don't understand in it, and just taking time to pray for my loved ones, praying for my friends, praying for like everything. And these are times that are just reminding me of just going so much back to the first love that I had for God. This is a time that I feel that I'm bonding so much with God, if I may say something like that, because I'm just slowing down more than I could have during the normal times. And to be honest, it makes me sad that sometimes we get so busy with the busyness of life that we forget about spending quality time with God. So this is something that I hope that even after the pandemic is over, even after we go back to our normal lives, that this is something that I will continue doing. I do hope that I continue with it. Something else I have learned is that tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. This is something that we know it, but like it happening like a time as this, where like especially here in Qatar, every day they're reporting so many number of new cases, and we just know that tomorrow is not promised for anyone. It doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter your financial status, it doesn't matter anything. Tomorrow is not promised. There are people who have to go to work even during these moments, and our prayer just goes to them. But even those who have been quarantined and are staying at home and keeping safe, okay, keeping safe in quotes, we just have to remember to take the moment and enjoy the moment that we have right now. This is in short what I'm trying to say. We cannot wait or plan to be happy tomorrow. We cannot plan for things that we're going to do tomorrow. We just have to live today. If you want to dress up for the day, do it. If you want to have a picnic in your house, do it. If you want to have like a concert like the one we just did today, do it. Do whatever you want to do today. Don't keep procrastinating or saying that I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'm going to, I don't know, all these kinds of things. Just tomorrow is not promised, guys. Just let's do what we have to do now, today, because this is what we have. Something else that I'm learning during these moments is that discipline is so hard. There are things that you say you will do, but then actually doing them and doing them consistently is really difficult. It is said that you can either choose the pain of discipline or you can choose the pain of regret. You can choose whichever pain you want, and most of us choose the pain of regret, which is really bad. And what I have learned is that, like, even during these quarantine moments, I have been looking at people that are in my life, some of them not very in my life but just closer by, and people who are very disciplined. And discipline is so admirable. Discipline is so much admirable. Like, in discipline runs in all areas of life, in health, in finance, in being a mom, like in workplace. Discipline just goes all the way. And being disciplined is being able to be consistent with what you said you will do, even when no one is watching you. And that is the hard part. For me, my hardest place to be disciplined, the one that I've felt that I've been struggling with. Yes?
It's almost good. It's night already.
Yes, okay, I'm coming. So for me, the area that I feel that I've been struggling with in terms of discipline is, especially during this quarantine moment, is not being able to stop at one episode or at two episodes when I'm watching a series. Like, I recently watched Money Heist. I know maybe some of you have watched it like long time ago. I just completed it the other day, like I think last week but one. And I was not able to stop at one episode. You just watch and you're like, this is the last one, and then you go to the next one, and then you're like, this is the last one, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And before you know it, you've watched the whole series in the night, until it's like morning. And then during the day, what happens is, like I'm a mom, I don't have the luxury of sleeping in the whole day. So if I spent my night watching series and watching movies, and then during the day I'm so sleepy, but my kids are awake because they slept at night, and then they're awake, and then they have to call me. I have to prepare the breakfast, and I have to do so many things during the day, and the pain of regret comes in because then I'm so sleepy, I'm so sluggish, I don't want to do anything, I feel so lazy. And this is just showing you that, you know, being disciplined is good, because if I had said that I will watch only 2 episodes and I stuck to what I said, if I said I will watch only 3 episodes and I stuck to what I was saying, it would have been better for me, because then I would have slept in the night, and then I would be like more effective the following day. Yeah, so this is how discipline works. The other area that I'm struggling with is my intermittent fasting. I know that I said that, you know, like I had this challenge that was going. It was supposed to be a 4-week challenge. I did it for the first and the second week. On the third week, I was struggling. And not being able to follow the schedule as planned. And what happened is that I started telling myself, okay, it's okay, it's just one day, it's just one day, it's just one day. And before you know it, it's a week. And then the next week starts, and you say, okay, next week I'm going to be so fresh, I'm going to start again. And then the same pattern continues. So this is just things that I'm learning about discipline, that how important discipline is, guys, how important discipline is. I'm just trying to be very disciplined, and this is a struggle. I'm not even going to lie to you that I'm the most disciplined person in the world. No, I'm not. If I was, I would not be here. I would not be here struggling with these kinds of things. And you know, disciplined people if you observe disciplined people, they tend to be on the top of their game in all kinds of areas. In their finance, at their workplace, they're able to finish their work on time. In their health, you know, it cuts across all areas. So this is something that I would like to master. Something else that I'm learning during this quarantine period is that happiness is a choice. No one is going to make you happy but yourself. So do what makes you happy. Sometimes we would think that happiness is going to the eating outside, or happiness is having coffee outside, happiness is shopping, happiness is, I don't know, buying new gadgets, happiness is all these things. But no, happiness, you have to just make it for yourself in the little things. Just find happiness in the little things. Choose to be happy. We have the air that we breathe that is free for us. We have the sun is still shining, you know, and the day still comes and the night still comes. This is something that we can be grateful about, you know, and it is just for us to choose to be happy. That's the bottom line. Happiness is a choice. So if you choose to spend all these quarantine moments angry and bitter, it's your choice, you know. Choose to be happy. Reflect on yourself. Look what makes you happy. If it is baking, bake. If it is spending time with your kids, do it. If it is no, not sleeping. If it okay, taking rest is a good thing, you know. If it is cooking special meals, do it. If it is drawing, if it is painting, if it is photography, if it is decluttering, whatever makes you happy, just go ahead and do it. And just do it and take time. Do it slowly. No rush. You're not rushed by anything. So the bonus point, or my last point of what I have learned during this quarantine moment, is that during this quarantine moment I have learned about buying unnecessary things. I don't know if you're like me, but you know, we are in so much uncertainty of our jobs, of everything, of the economy, of whatever is happening. We don't know how long this thing is going to last. We don't know how long we're going to still be at work, because there's a lot of people who have lost their jobs. And during these moments, I have just been reflecting on, of course, maybe most of us, we have adjusted our budgets and buying only very necessary stuff. Very necessary, I mean, like very, very essential stuff. And I'm just thinking, what if we applied the same rule during the other normal days? Like, only buy what you need. No going to the mall and just coming out with a bunch of clothes or a bunch of things that you don't need, you know. That is so much wastage of money. But then maybe we can just learn it more during these moments that, you know, things are uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen. It's like we're walking on glass, you know. And this is something that I hope also to continue even after the pandemic is over. I do pray that it's going to be over soon. But even as it is going to be over, there are lessons that I have learned now that I do hope that I'm going to carry them forward in the rest of my life. Purchasing only important, essential things. No buying randomly things, okay? So that's it, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed my little thing share of whatever I have learned. And if you have, and you're kind enough to share what you have learned during your quarantine period, please consider commenting down below. Let me know what you have learned. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And see you in my next video. Thank you so much, and bye.